Alisha, what do you make of this latest detention? What do you read into it? The seizure as well. Also, what do we know about this group, the HPC, the Hamar People's Convention terrorist group, of which this individual who has been arrested is a member?
Right, Uday. Firstly, I would like to commend the Assam Rifles for doing a wonderful, a brilliant job in Manipur. In fact, they have been maligned unduly and needlessly. In fact, I think 38 Assam Rifles, which carry out this operation where they nabbed the militant from the Hamar People's Convention Democratic militant group, that along with explosive materials in the state in Jiribam district. In fact. Now, HPCD, that's Democratic, is among the Kokizo militant groups which have signed the suspension of operations. The suspension of operation agreement with the government of India was around way back in 2007, 2008, around that time. It's been about 16, 17 years almost. So, the suspension of operation says that they would not, the militants outside the camp would not carry their weapons outside, they would not be in uniform, they would not patrol the areas. Their weapons will be locked up, and one key will be with the government official, one key will be with the commander. So they have certain restrictions. There would be no recruitments. So this militant is in his late 40s. So that's a different thing. But then again, the suspension of operations needs to be honored there. I mean, it cannot be like the suspension of operation was signed, so one can be roaming around outside the weapons with explosives. He's 48. This is Lal Cholo is 48 years old, a resident of Langthinglon and Firzawal district. Now, if the group had signed the suspension of operation, they should have honored it. But suspension of operation, like in Nagaland, there is ceasefire with the NSC and IM and NSC and K and with the NSC. So it needs to be honored. Agreement needs to be honored. One cannot go around outside your area of when you have signed an agreement, because the team had recovered 20 explosive sticks, 11 detonators, 1 meter of safety fuse, 44 soap cases which were containing brown powder. Now that was suspected to be a narcotic substance which was weighing 457 grams, now which the police had said that. Also in a separate incident, 18 Assam Rifles in Ukhrul. Ukhrul is primarily a Naga belt of Manipur, which is a Tangpul belt actually, the Naga warriors of Manipur. Now, they had burned down 90 acres of poppy plantation over there, along with the forest department, and about 12 huts got burnt in that process. So the fact is, Assam Rifles is actually proactive. They are doing a great job, and the people, many of them, belong to that region. Many of them are they are all India force, no doubt, but they are a lot of people from that region. They are Maithil also with the Assam Rifles. They are Kukis also. They are Nagar also. They are from every tribe. They are there with the Assam Rifles. Recently, I'll just give you I'll quickly conclude by saying on New Year's, my family had gone to Vietnam. And from there, they had sent me pictures of the booby traps and the ambushes they would lay. They were very good in guerrilla warfare. Well, I wrote back on the WhatsApp group that my boys from the Assam Rifles, many of them, were surrendered undergrounds. They were surrendered insurgents earlier. The booby trap they used to make was class apart. They can give a beating to Vietnam any day. To Vietnam, I mean not Vietnam, I mean the tactics and the booby trap they would make. So firstly, I would commend the Assam Rifles doing a great job. Secondly, I would say what I make out of it, a suspension of operation when it's been signed, it needs to be honored, because that's a trust, a basic trust that we are imposing on them. If someone breaks the agreement, like for example, the Assam Rifles have nabbed a Lal Cholo, 48-year-old resident. It is actually not a good thing, because which means the suspension of operations is not being honored then, which means. So now there is a lot of talk about, oh, it should be abrogated. No, I don't think, if I am not even in that favor, because if it's abrogated, suspension of operations, which means you fire upon us, we fire upon you. No, that at least there's some talk of peace. At least as per the Sioux agreement, there's some talk of peace. So I think even the other groups which are not in Sioux agreement right now, in fact, it would be a good idea for them to come to lay down the weapons and to come in for a Sioux agreement. But the golden question is, are they willing to sign a Sioux agreement? Will they come forward and say, okay, no Sioux agreement is there? I totally concur with General Govind Dwivedi. In fact, General Govind Dwivedi commanded a division over there, the Red Shield Division. At the same time when I was there with...
Right.
Let me tell you the leadership... Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Mohammad Ali Shah, quickly coming back across to you at this point on now, a quick last word on the road ahead. What should be the priorities for
Oh,
us as we continue to, establish peace, make the effort to establish peace in Manipur?
right, Uday, as General Govind really rightly said just now, both the communities need to be brought together. And let me tell you, just yesterday, I spent a lot of time with the Director General of the Assam Rifles, General Akira. He was visiting Delhi to meet the Ministry of Home Affairs, and he had his work in Delhi. So I sat with him, and in fact, he told I was very heartened. I felt very happy to hear.
Major Shah's connection there, but we've run out of time. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us.